Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lauren Lampart, happy to be back with you again on KGAR Radio. We've been away and been traveling in Europe ourselves for quite a number of years, been serving at radio stations throughout the main continent and off into southern Africa, and spent some time in Russia and in Hong Kong, and fulfilled our mission over in Grant County, Minnesota. And we are now back at this station, and in the meantime we have become public radio. We formerly were a commercial station, but now we're public radio, and we're thankful that we have the public behind us, the contributions coming in. We've been doing well in terms of our daily broadcasts, and we just want to thank the radio audience for being so supportive of this new venture. And in order to consecrate the station for greater things, we have called back an old friend. This is a person who is well known throughout Ida Township for his world travels. He's been in outer space, he's been in a mental institution, and he is now again making a tour of Park Rapids and Itasca Park, and will soon come down to this area for a tour of Douglas County, and he's going to make a historical report. And we're happy to have him give us a preview of what's going on in Park Rapids and whatever else he's been doing over these past years. We're so happy to have back our wonderful guest, Mr. Merle Johnson. And so I present to you none other, the great, the one, the only, Merle E. Johnson.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. It's truly been a long time since I've had an opportunity to meet with you like this. As you were saying earlier, I've spent a great deal of time in the area and outside the area in various institutions where I felt that I have learned a great deal. We've also been up around Itasca Park, by the way, which is a good place to visit at this time, because we've noticed that the traffic is way down and there's lots of room, to get around and to camp. We've had a real easy time camping, although it's been very cold and we do have trouble driving the stakes because the ground is becoming very hard. But other than that, we find that being out in the country and working with the various juggler type of people that are around implement my whole vocabulary, and being able to come before you in a sort of a huckaback type of situation. So I don't know, I could actually ramble on for a long time here, because the type of heritage that I've had in the past has permitted me to become sort of a follicle in this society, and be able to feel rather guppy. You probably haven't heard that expression used before, but it's something that a lot of people who become gloomy because of some irresponsible act that's taken place within their village or their city would cause a person. I know that you sometimes think this is funny, but to me this is a very serious thing, because you sometimes can get five of a kind of various types of people, and they'll sure be firestone and brim type of person in using firewood to heat their homes, and still find that they have sort of a fickle attitude about their father, about females, about fair-minded people, in an ex-doors type of thing that happens. Well, I shouldn't use the word thing, because this is sort of something that is estrogen in my background, and actually with an epidural type of endive, I could easily find myself working probably at any job throughout the county. I'd just like to turn it over to you at this time, Lauren.
Well, I tell you what, we were just wondering now, so you've been in various institutions, you've mentioned.
This is true. Very. For
one thing, you were traveling, I believe, in some of the great universities,
right,
across this continent, and
right,
up in Alaska, and understand that also you've been in some mental institutions. Maybe you could...
Right, well, actually, this was brought on by a fungus that I had acquired over in Pope County. When I was speaking down there, I had had a problem. I took a shower after a very heated discussion at one of the functions they had at the one of the auditoriums there, where we spoke before a number of children, and talking about the Egyptians, about their problems, and other countries, you know, like in Africa or Egypt or Epsomania. That's one. It's hard for me to say that word because it took a long time to get used to those people, because they did talk in a sort of a diced, dicacarbolic way that was not at all the way we talk back home, you know, in Douglas County. But getting back to this institution, they cured me of this fungus, and it had a sort of a, I don't know what you'd say, sort of an attitude of causing my mind to fluctuate in various ways. But right now I feel real good, and I feel good about myself.
Okay, now the question that we were trying to get at was, were you teaching at this mental institution? Were you a doctor there? Were you on the staff somehow?
The doctors tried to coax me to teach, because they could see behind, you know, my background that I had a lot of potential in being able to get my point across to people who were having the same problems that I did. Like, I know there was a guy there that had a long hair, you know, just like I had, and I said to myself, that person probably has the same trouble I have, but you know, it can all be cured by actually just getting a trim.
I see.
Getting a decent haircut, because your whole people look at you in a different light, and they say you're more of a straight-laced person who has a clear-wing idea of how to go about making his life better in a glorious way.
Then how long were you there now? I mean, were you there for a year, or just a few months, or a week, or did you do a couple of months?
I was there actually about 14 months.
14 months?
A little over a year, actually.
Yes. Yes, I see.
And it was...
This was which year now that you were...
1900... No, it was 1982.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, 2:30 in the afternoon on February the 4th.
Okay.
1982. I felt these pangs.
From the fungus?
Well, yeah, there was a fungus. It started to appear as sort of a wart-like thing on my fingers, you know, and I knew that there was something going on at that time.
I see.
And I said to the wife, I noticed I got a fungus, and she said, maybe you should go to an institution. And so at that time, I was rather bullheaded and so forth, but after listening to her in a broad bean type of situation, we decided at that time that it would be better to go there, you know, and get this whole thing taken care of.
Did this grow mainly on the north side of your body then, or?
Well, it just depended upon the way I was facing at the time. At that time, if I was facing south, it usually did appear in the north.
I see. Okay, so if you turned around, then it would shift.
Yes,
Was this a green, sort of a green?
Kind of a belladonna color.
Belladonna.
Yeah.
I see.
It was kind of, well, sort of a poisonous type of reddish bell-shaped incident that happened right with it at the time.
Yeah. I see. So there was
a loss for words. I get choked up when I talk about
it. I see. I'm
know.
sorry. Maybe it's very difficult for you to talk about, possibly. But you had other sort of side effects then, is what I'm understanding from this. There was other incidents that went along.
I limped.
Oh.
It caused a limp. And I don't know if this was from actually, well, I knew this fellow by the name of Art Axminster. And he and I were good friends, but I noticed that he limped, and I guess after visiting with him for a while and so forth, I just started to limp too, because it seemed like the thing to do.
So you were having sympathy pains.
Well, this is true, because it's sort of astute, you know, and a swarm.
I asked somebody one time too about this, and he didn't say anything at all.
No. Well, I can see a lot of people like to keep quiet about it, because well, different people don't appreciate hearing this type of thing, because right away they think, well, he has an Antares type of personality, which would cause him to be sort of an aniseed type of a rectified person.
I suppose you'd have to keep the north side of yourself always to the back then.
Yes.
So whichever was the north side, you'd have to be away from the people.
True.
When you were out in public.
Yeah. I had an albirum appear also.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
My.
Well, it can happen actually to anybody. Sometimes it happens more to a Swedish person than it will to, say, a person of a German background.
I see. Some is more sweet.
More affected.
I see. More affectionate.
More affectionate, and
yes,
also
Swedish.
Admirably well postponed.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's been a long time since we've heard about this kind of a very gruesome.
It's actually over my head.
It is.
In a lot of respects.
I see. You mean that this went over the whole top of your head,
Well,
your body?
Actually, this discussion.
Oh.
It's kind of over my head at times.
I see.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know, we like around our home we have flowering dogwood.
Oh yes,
That we try to keep this, you know, away from the dogs.
Oh,
Because it does ruin the flowers.
yes, I see.
There, if you have too many
Dogs around
yeah, if there's certain flaws that will show up, and I know it does affect, you know, the people that come to visit us.
I see that they get
They
some of
notice
the
that our
flowers.
dogwood isn't doing as well, especially the flowers on them, not
I
as
see.
well
Okay.
taken care of as they should
Then
be.
they will take some of the dogs home. Then.
Yeah, it's true. It sort of enunciates the situation, you know.
Yeah. Well, we're really happy that you've been telling us about what you've been doing now
Sure.
for all these years that you've been gone, and we really do welcome you back.
Well,
and
I really appreciate being back.
It's been quite some
Warren.
time now. We're sorry that we didn't have any introductory music for you. Normally we sort of give you a little bit of a fanfare.
No, you don't have
And
to.
I think you have your degree now, another PhD degree or something
This
like
is
that?
true. Yeah, I got my other degree. I went to college just a short time ago again,
I see.
and found it to be very enlightening for myself and
I
my
see. And then what
posterity.
what college was that? Where you had your posterity enlightened?
Yeah, it was. Let me see now. I'm trying to think of the name of this place.
I thought it was PU or something like that.
Well, no,
Wasn't
the
it
College of
PU?
Gordanias.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
down in Gardenville. Yeah, well, not Gardenville. That's the telephone company up north. It's pronounced much like that. I know it's Gorgeville.
Gorgeville. I
Gorgeville,
see.
Minnesota.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's in the southeastern part of the state.
I see, by Duluth.
Very close to Duluth. Not too far
Yes,
from that area.
yes,
That's right.
uh-huh. And so that you were at that university.
Right. My
And-
good wife, she worked while I was there.
No,
She
you-
tended bar.
Oh, I see. Now
Right.
you were in this other institution, and
Mhm.
you were trying to be made into a teacher there. Now, did the doctor succeed there, so that when you went to the university at Gorgeville, that then you were teaching, or were you
He
a
told
student
me
now?
it's a game of chance.
I see. Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he came across real quickly with that one. He said to me,
Uh-huh.
he said, you know, going to college is a game of chance.
I see.
And I never really knew, you know, what he meant by it until I really got into the crux of it.
I see. Uh-huh.
Some say
And,
crux of it.
Crux of it. You got the crux.
of it.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So
And
you
I
did
know
play games then, mainly.
Oh,
you were,
yeah.
you
There's
were
no-
playing games at college.
No question about it.
Uh-huh.
I'm a very fragile type of person, you know. and
Oh,
my personality can very
yeah.
easily be damaged by someone who might make fun of me,
I
you know,
see. Yes.
you know, and things like that. So I found that if a person just goes down beforehand into a college and kind of sees what you're up against, you can sort of get a foothold and know how to go about flirting and stuff like that. I never cared
It
what
was
to
sort
do
of the
then.
dating game then.
In a sense it is,
It was.
because sometimes you can run into somebody who's pretty smart, and if you have a chance to get ahead by using their knowledge, I feel that a person can really do well in a situation that's factitious.
I see. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just wondering if maybe you might be able to tell us a little bit more what you're planning to do now. I mean, you have really been all over. You've been teaching. You've been in institutions.
I'll tell you.
You've been studying flowers, or
Mhm.
you have a certain type of tree at home. And
Right.
and
I'm really,
So
you know,
the
you might
plans.
say that I'm
We're
really
trying to
tired
find-
of haggling.
You are.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're going
I've
to do?
done a lot of haggling, you know, when I've gone to college and stuff, and I know there was a fellow there by the name of Herman Haggard, and he told me, he said, you know, you can just go so far at this haggling business. He
I
said,
see.
because it's not going to get you any place. Before you know it, you're going to be a hail fellow, well-meant, you know, type of Hail Mary type of person that can just go about life thinking that you have the habitude of doing everything. And I just figured to myself, I'm just going to put my nose to the grindstone or whatever happens to be handy, and I'm just going to get out there and make a hedgehog situation into a flowering hitchhike type of deal, you know. So I
So
don't
your
know.
future is pretty secure then.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a hook and ladder situation. I believe that I can hook onto any situation and climb a ladder to success and be the type of person that any human being wants to be, as long as you've got an honor guard of people standing behind you, knowing that you can always get ahead if you have harmony in your heart, a harness on life, and a haughty attitude to those people that are trying to give you a bad time.
Well, now, for instance, one thing we've noticed as you've talked all the time, you
Mhm.
always have talked about your travels, about
True.
things that you've done. You have never told us about your family.
Well, I
Never.
tell you
We've
what,
had you on here years ago, and
Right.
a number of times. You've been back. You came back one time, I think, the next day, and
I've got a fine family.
you do.
but they're ashamed of me.
They're ashamed of you.
Well, you see, I've got more education they've got.
I see.
And I've been to institutions they've never been into.
I see.
And when other people ask them about me, they just don't say hardly a word because they're sort of speechless.
I see.
But instead, I can stand back here and I can say that I've got one of the finest wives that ever walked. And whatever, ride bicycle or whatever she wants to do. She's been good in all walks of life, and she has a motor mouth type of personality that you can't hardly shut off. Yeah, you know, she's movable, she's lovable, and she's got a neurotic type of personality that causes a person to become sort of a neurolepticus type of person that just can't hardly face life and go ahead without her having her around. You know?
And you must have some very lovely children too.
Oh yeah, they all look like my wife. Yeah, they're all lovely.
Uh-huh.
And they love anything that has to do with an international flavor. They don't seem to care much about our own home territory, but that's because I've been traveling a lot. I've been in universities, institutions, and I have spoken on so many subjects that it fractures their personality, and they just don't feel like standing around and have a flammable type of figure to expose themselves to other people that come in the area. And I feel fairly established.
They've been away from home most of their life.
Oh yes, yeah. They stay over at the neighbor's house most of the time because they can't really stand being around me when I'm studying.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of homework when I take international courses through the mail where I can't always get to these different colleges. You know.
Sure.
So I just feel that I can degenerate myself to a certain level that causes them to become rather, I don't know, deathly. Deathly is a word that probably you haven't heard.
Not
They can sort of make their ears deathly towards me.
Oh my.
So that, yeah.
Well, now, wasn't one of your children over in Liechtenstein?
Right, but I tell you what, he was expelled from Liechtenstein because he didn't care for sauerkraut
I see.
and some of those German dishes. Schwarzsauer, yes.
Oh, he liked that?
Oh yeah, he liked Schwarzsauer, and then he would say different things like "ach" or anything like that, and then of course he just got expelled.
He was expelled from the nation.
Yeah, actually. He actually was expelled from the nation, although he found that the German people as a rule were friendly, and so forth. As far as that goes, they were hard workers.
Hard workers, yeah.
Always were hard workers.
That's right, hard.
So
mainly hard.
Right, and I know that he used to talk about the beauty of the country and the landscape of the rivers and the mountains and so forth, but as far as actually getting accustomed to their ways, and being able to talk the language was very difficult for him.
Well, I'm just wondering if we just might change the subject here a little bit. We've been all wondering if you have thoughts about retirement. Now, for instance, you've been on the road a lot.
Right.
You've been various places, and just wondering if you're thinking about kind of hanging up the books.
I'll tell you what, I've really been thinking about getting into culverts.
Culverts.
Right. It seems like it's a thing. There's so many more new roads being built nowadays that I think that the future right now lies in culverts. Well, you can see, if you were, say, on one side of the road where you had a large body of water, and you wanted to get across that road, and you wanted to go over there, and you wanted to raise a lake or something like that, if you could come up with a decent culvert, you could drain that sucker right now, and you could have yourself a Turkish bath or a place for the ducks to swim.
That's right, or a backyard swimming pool, or I suppose an ice rink or whatever.
Surely, yeah. It would. To me, it seemed like culverts would be the thing to get into right now. Or
now, I was just wondering, where had you picked up this sort of hint that culverts? Was this from the stock market, or?
No, it was a fellow that I knew many years ago by the name of Ralph Culvert.
Oh, I see.
And Ralph told me
he used to make whiskey,
didn't
he?
Right, Culvert. He was in the whiskey, Culvert's whiskey.
Yeah.
And various things, but he always thought a lot of roads.
He did.
He used to become quite emotional when he talked about gravel.
Right.
And then finding the latter years tardy.
Yes.
And this is something that really improved it, really brought the dust down.
And I imagine, since you have been a man of travels, that this would just be right in your line.
Well,
going into culverts.
Yeah.
Have you thought about bridges?
Well, I haven't really gotten into bridges too much because I figured if you can come up with a good culvert, you just as well having things go under as go over.
I see, right.
And I know that I could probably have a lot of distinction in that area.
But you didn't care for the dental part. with
No.
these bridges?
No.
You didn't.
The bridge work part of it I never did
Never
care for.
care
I
for
just
that.
figured that if a person...
If you had gold and so on, you could
right,
be making
and
these
you
bridges
brushed your
more.
teeth daily and
Yeah.
so forth and got out there and
Then you
worked
wouldn't have to worry about the bridges,
work
and
with-
you could just take care of the culverts.
Sure, it would give you an erratic type of personality that would cause you to become, kind of a equate person. I would look at it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, now before you retire,
Mhm.
you will be possibly making some more tours or some more.
I certainly hope so. I was almost going to call you Ralph, excuse
Yeah,
me,
that's-
Lauren.
uh-huh.
I would like
We
to...
had one man on this network here who was
Mhm.
newscaster that was named Ralph. So you weren't
Oh,
so
I
far
see.
off. So you don't need to apologize.
Well, I become flippancy type person once in a while.
Oh, I see.
That's when you kind of flip from one thing to
To
another,
another.
without realizing what you're doing. Also, flouncing.
Flouncing.
I was a flouncer. You've heard of bouncers. Well,
Yes, well, this is
a
a bouncer.
flouncer is a person who acts in an instant of flouncing. You know, one who moves about and flounces from one job to another. And I have done that also, but then I've had a freelance type of education, you know, which has caused me to throw other areas to the wind. Really.
Well, isn't that a shame?
Mhm.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear that.
Well,
but,
it bothers
but
me too.
it doesn't mean that you're going to quit touring.
No, no. I hope not, because I feel that I have a very fertile type of brain. I believe it's very fertile. I think there's a lot of cultivation that can still take place, a lot of disking. I use farm phrases like this because I like to get down to the earth type of
And
talk, where
that
people
people
can
can
understand
understand.
my language. Because
Yes.
I think probably part of my problem is that I've always been too educated, and I talk about things like geostationary or geo-taxes, or kind of a hand-down vocabulary, you know, which I've had for many years. I've been hand-fed, you know, and I've had handicraft type of personality where I can do things other people can't do. I heddle on my responsibilities.
You
I don't know
heddle?
if you've ever done that.
No, I have never done that.
Well,
I want
it
you to
doesn't
explain.
make it makes a mess of your responsibilities if you heddle on it.
Oh, yes.
You don't want to do that too often because it can really mess up, you know, different things.
I'm just wondering, with all the travels and having been in so many different places,
Right.
I was wondering, what can you say about the weather? I mean, how is,
Well,
the weather conditions are changing,
yeah.
Mount St. Helens at that time, and so I'm just wondering,
Right.
you
I've
must
been-
have some insight.
Well, I do. I've been called a hypocrite when it comes. Sure, it sounds funny.
I know it does,
You know,
because
you
you
don't-
have been a man of your stature. It's hard for me to understand.
Right. You never hear this word being a hypocrite of weather.
No.
But you do get this way after having a hybrid type of knowledge where you know exactly what's going to happen. If you get up in the morning and you lift the shade and you look out and you see
And there's weather.
there's sunshine,
Yeah.
you'll know that the sun is out there and it's shining.
And there is.
And there is a chance that you can hurdle
Yes.
any obstacle that might come along because you've got a 100-fold type of implement, type of impressible activities going on within your own makeup,
Oh.
where you can go ahead and
It
do
must,
things.
this
Yeah.
must just be terribly exciting.
Oh, it sure does get me thrilled, I'll tell you
Uh-huh.
that. It's sort of like having an injection. It really is. Well, you know, you put STP in your car, you know,
Yeah.
things like that, in order to make it run more smoothly.
Now,
I
you've
feel
tried, you've been injected with STP, you mean? Or
no,
are you-
not.
or just using
I,
an
I
example?
use that as an example. You
I
know.
see.
No, STP would be far too thick
Oh.
for my, you know, in-keeping type of lifestyle. You know.
Uh-huh.
So I just feel that it,
The injection has brought you a lot of
Oh,
satisfaction.
there's no question. If a person has an injection of knowledge, which I've had, an injection of enthusiasm, and
Now, pardon me for interrupting for a second.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
exactly. What type of serum is injected into you then in order to give this knowledge of?
kerosene.
I see.
Kerosene.
Uh-huh.
You see, a lot of people have forgotten about kerosene. This has been used years ago. You know, when we didn't have electricity, we had kerosene to light the lamp of life. I like to use
I
that
understand
phrase.
that now.
The lamp
No, it's a
system all the time because it'll cause, well, yeah, I don't say it's warts. It'll bring on
Yeah,
warts.
Bring on warts. I see.
So just a little bit goes a long way.
Now,
So you have to be
one
kind of
time you had talked about turloids. It used to bring on
turloids.
turloids.
Well, this is caused by a lady in waiting.
I see.
Right.
Yes.
It's something that I think everybody goes through at a certain time of their life, you know.
Turloids.
And turloids, And it can be caused by, a lace work of labor. A lace work of labor. That's sort of a coining a phrase that
Yes,
I
it
used
is.
years ago where a person,
When you wanted somebody to not quite understand what you were saying.
right, you
Then-
might take a person with a lily-like personality who likes to come on real soft and think they know everything. I like to ligulate.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. That almost sounds exciting. Just the word itself.
Well, sure.
Ligulate.
You can be furnished with so many things of this nature, and it can cause you to become loose.
Oh.
You know? Yeah,
You mean sort of agile in your
as far as
personality?
you're talking.
I
You
see.
can become loose.
I
I don't mean this in a moral type of
Oh,
way.
I see.
No,
Oh,
when I
you're
say
very
loose,
free.
it means you're free, your mind wanders in various directions, and you can kind of have a macro mirror type of, you can look into a mirror and look at yourself and say, hey, I got nothing to be ashamed of because I'm an American. I can get out there and wave the flag or do anything I want to do,
Yeah.
you know, and still be able to manifest my ways among mankind so that I can be a Manchurian type of person who can go up and really make life worthwhile for any individual that has a problem.
Well, if there is nothing exciting
Mhm.
that ever I heard, this certainly is it. I mean, this is...
Well, I know it does excite me, and I'm real happy that you've asked me here today
Yeah.
to be able to discuss these
Yes.
things, because a lot of people don't want to hear about it.
Oh, is that right? I mean, they
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
turn off the radio.
Well, that's it. A lot of people try to turn me off, too.
Oh.
And I think this is where I probably ended up in institutions, because, you know, a person can become sort of like mildew.
Oh.
Being left in a dampish type of state where you become mildew.
Is this another form of the illness? Of
It
this
is.
fungus?
Yeah, it's sort of a midbrain type of a mildew that happens to land on your microtubes. And this will cause you to become really a middle-class person, and I don't want to be that way.
No.
I've got people, I know people who are in the ministry. I know people who fly airplanes.
Oh, yes.
I know people that are in gravel.
And they have the microtube?
You bet.
The problem with the microtube?
They've had the same thing, but
the mildew on the microtubes. Oh, much.
it sounds kind of funny, you know, but really, it's a serious
It's
thing.
a serious disease.
It is.
Uh-huh.
It only lasts
And
for a moment.
But it does give a surge of joy when it comes on.
Right.
Is that-
Also, it has a slight stench.
Oh.
But you can get rid of that just by modulating it a little bit. And
I see. So it has a tuner on it.
Oh yeah.
I see.
It's sort of
So there are some controls, sort of the disease.
monochord.
Monochord. Uh-huh. Well, this, it's humorous, but yet it's sorrowful. You know, it makes you weep.
It makes me feel sort of moty. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
it makes me sad too.
Yeah.
And
guess
I
so.
weep with tears of joy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's a movement that we're going through. I think it's.
Oh, it is sad. It is sad.
It's sad.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it'll be all right.
Well, I
yeah.
really feel I can sympathize with you.
Mhm.
I have never had this moating, what they call it. What was it called again?
Well, it's hard to put into words.
Uh-huh,
Actually,
yes.
it's a non-commonplace type of thing.
Well, I see.
Yeah,
Well, I think we can
it
gather
can
our
be caused
composure
by-
here again.
Sure.
I mean, we have a group of people on the
I
radio
know.
land that
I don't like to
are-
lose my composure.
No, that's right.
It
I don't like to
hurts
lose
me-
my audience.
It hurts me more than it hurts you.
That's right.
Actually.
Well, I didn't have the...
Yeah, I tell you, it's you know, like I don't know. It's hard for me to put it into a non-relative type of speech.
You can put it into some friendly speech, maybe, not
Yeah.
relative.
Non-stroid
Uh-huh.
is another word that I think really strikes me as something that causes a kind of a flying pain. I don't know if any of you ever had a flying pain.
Well, I did at Star Wars. When
Yeah.
I saw the Star Wars
Oh, yeah,
movie, I
that'll
had
do it.
this non-stroid
Sure.
plane, or what it's called,
Right. Yeah.
at the Star Wars movie. And,
It affects your inner sides.
oh, yes, the inner sides.
Yeah. But you can get this off if you, like I belonged to a trade union one time and we had inner sides. And I know that if you have non-use of your electrodes and your noodle, you can always find that you can be northbound on any freeway and find yourself at home in no time flat. That's a fact.
Yes, you'd have a flat tire when you get home.
Sure. Well, that can happen anyway.
Yes,
actually.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to talk sometimes.
It grieves me.
It does me too.
Just to hear the suffering that
Mhm.
you've gone through with this situation that you had.
Yeah,
That
it's-
was such a surge to begin with, but then seemed to just,
Right.
it ended flat.
It did.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going flat more and more. You know.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't think anyone should become enraged about that, because we're en route to various goals in our life. And we're engrossed in our work. We have a double door personality where we can come in one door and go out the other door, and then all of a sudden you double back and you double dribble. And you've heard of all these different things. These different double neck, double decomposition. There's so many different things that you can be doing besides being displaced.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, then the sadness really doesn't last that long.
No, it's
It's
only kind of cookery.
I see, actually. Well, now,
Practice of making cookies.
I see. Now, don't you have to use computers on this, though?
We have.
In your travels,
But they're very cumbersome.
They're-
Because you got to haul these computers around, and then of course to have a trained person working in them all the time, it becomes sort of a culprit.
Is this
Back-
related to the gentleman
kind of-
that started this other business?
Well, it was his nephew. This is Ralph. We're talking about Herman Culver now.
I see.
Right, and he was a cowardly person, and yet he meant well in his own way. And after his convalescence, and he became more of a courteous type of person, he went on to construction.
And was this construction of computers now? Then, is what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, he worked.
He had a word processor there. He had keys,
Right.
keyboards, and
Mhm.
and screens, and
Right.
and all kinds of microchips and things of that nature.
A colophone too.
Oh, yes.
Right,
Uh-huh.
and he had done this radically for many years, and he had a colored past, but in sort of a chivalry type of way, he made computers what they are today, sort of I don't know how to put it into words except to say that his cash flow has really improved.
Through the manufacture or the construction
Right.
of the computers.
Mhm. Right, you bet. So, actually, we think quite a bit of Herman, you know.
Is Herman with us yet, or?
Herman passed away. He got run over by a black-tailed deer.
I see. Yes. These are quite giant. Is this the miniature size? Or?
No, these black-tailed deer are one of the subspecies of the British Columbia in Oregon. When he was out there visiting in Oregon and Washington, that area, he was going across the highway from a Dairy Queen one night, and lo and behold, he was hit head-on by a black-tailed deer. And he suffered irreparable damage to his brain
He died too.
and his left leg.
I see. Yes,
But we
that
have
almost
we've
makes
never
one
forgotten.
weep.
We've never forgotten about it. A lot of people had belly laughs over it because they didn't think too much of Herman or anything else. But it doesn't happen that often where a person is involved in that type of bent situation. So,
Well, we have had opportunities to speak about some of your retirement plans now.
right.
I'm just wondering if are you going to more or less just be dropping your traveling, your teaching, all the other things that you've been doing as you go into this new
It
culture
angers
business?
me to take a sabbatical.
I see.
It really does. It angers me to take a sabbatical. I become somewhat amished in my thinking when I know that I've had all this education behind me, and all of a sudden I go through an agonizing situation in knowing that we've got to get this thing together, and we've got to take time off in order to smell the roses and listen to the birds sing. You know. So I don't know. I've been activating my carbon-like personality into a situation where I feel that I can take my family out and enjoy the parks, you know, and get out there and try not to abuse the flowers or the people or the animals or anything else, but rather to have an asbestos type of lingering feeling. You know?
this will be really your vacation, then, if I'm understanding you correctly.
Yes.
That you're
Biconditionally, I hope it will be.
I see.
By-
By conditionally. Yes.
Biconditionally. That's right. It's a bevel in my side.
Yes. Well, I would think so. To have a vacation would
Yeah, it's sort of
be a turning experience.
It's busy work,
Yes.
and I find myself sitting up till the late hours of the night trying to, I don't know, capture my thoughts.
So many of them have been fleeting.
Oh yeah.
And
And
is this a
trying
sign
to-
of age?
Well, it's sort of a classical thing that happens to people when they get around my age, which is in the late 40s. You know,
Uh-huh.
you go through different periods,
Mhm.
and it's sort of a classless time in my life where the gray hair does all of a sudden pop out, you know, but still I feel that I have common room to get ahead with my commission, you know, and do things that commemorate many things that happened in the Constitution of this country, which makes this probably one of the greatest places to live as far as I'm concerned, and being able to console and have consideration for others.
And all that happens really from a vacation, just from going on a vacation.
It's the cornerstone of my life.
I see. Oh my, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it really
It
is.
really is.
Sure.
It is. What a profound insight that you have expressed.
Right. Well,
That-
it isn't. It's only because you have prompted me to to come out in the public again. Where
Well, I am thankful
you're
that
not cramping my style, and
No.
this is what I appreciate.
Yes.
You're very open about your criticism.
we're so thankful that we were able to prod you and to get you back into circulation.
Well, it's
because
been
we've missed your being.
It's been cumbersome,
Yes.
but I feel that you've captured probably the essence of my colors.
Is that right?
It really is.
Oh, I see. I had never thought about it that way before.
No.
Because I really wasn't too conscious of your colors. I had never really noticed it before. We just had to take a bit of a break here because Mr. Johnson had lost his colors for a while, and so now it's been replaced, and so we're going to continue on for just a few brief moments. I believe you have to make a plane somewhere, Mr. Johnson, is that correct?
Right.
You're going to make a plane.
The monotone airways are probably one of the most favorite airways that I have ever traveled, and they do things in a sort of a monotone way. They don't make any waves. They just get out there and they get you from one place to another, and nothing is done in any style. Their flight isn't really programmed or anything else, but it gives me a chance to recapture my past every time I get on this monotone
Because they are that
airways.
slow.
Yeah. And the pilot will talk like this, that we're coming over a town now, and you can see it down so far.
It's sort of one of these automatic pilots that is not really there.
Yeah, and he always speaks in a monotone way
Right, it's
because
more of an electronic
the stewardess
voice.
will come up to you and say, coffee, milk, or tea, and coffee, milk, or tea, and they would say the same thing in that tone of voice.
That's
you know.
right, they're sort of,
Right, they were taught
yes.
at Monotone Airlines instruction course to speak in
School,
this way.
yes.
Mhm.
So, and where will this be taking you then? I don't know. If
Korea.
Korea. You
Right.
are? I see.
Right, we're going over there
Is
to get
this
another...
Korea, South Dakota, or Korea, Nebraska?
No, this is in Korea, Algeria.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
you're probably familiar with the other one. All these other two places, I've been there also, but the people didn't accept me the way I thought they should. They gave me sort of a mandrake type of reception, which for me it didn't manifest my manifold, you know. And I had a hard time adjusting to something like that. Believe me.
I can understand that.
It's, you know, people try to manipulate you. You've had that happen,
Yes,
even in your work.
Manifold has been stuck.
Right, and then to be
People still handling
manipulated
you.
and so forth is something that it kind of goes against my grain, and I don't know. It's not easy. That's what I'm trying to say, you know. So, but anyway, in my travels over there, I'm planning on coming back with another choir.
With another choir, I
Right.
see. Okay.
Yeah, on the same airlines, a monotone airlines, and we're going to try to get a choir that all sings
monotone.
the monotone, you know.
I see.
Right. It's
So
something that you don't hear that often.
They won't disagree with each other very much.
No, it's
Then,
made
so
up mostly of men folk and just a few, you know, younger people
Yeah.
on the choir too.
Now, as you return then to this country, you will be, I assuming, be taking an interim time from your duties, and
Right. Yeah. It'll be a mobile course. It's something like, well, you've heard of like a mobile home.
yes,
It can be moved very quickly. Well, this is the way I feel about this course. It'll be a course that moves very quickly. Of course, you understand I'm a good mixer. I can mix in with people very well, and actually come out with a very mellifort type of education.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even while you're taking this interim time, you are so dedicated, if
Right.
I'm understanding you correctly, to your
Right.
studies,
Mhm.
that you will take this Melfort education.
It's only a minatory thing.
Or monitory.
No, minatory.
Minatory, I see.
Minatory, yeah.
Excuse me. There's no
Right.
money in it then.
No, it's a threatening situation sometimes because we've had to meditate about going into this type of education more and more because it's mind expanding. And some of us can't afford to have our minds expanded too much.
You can't afford it.
Well, for one thing, your cap size will vary.
Oh.
You see, if you expand your mind to a certain point, say you took a 7 1/4 size cap and you took a mind expanding course, you'd probably go up to, say a 7 1/2, 7 3/4 cap.
Yeah.
And if you weren't working at the time when you were taking this course, you just wouldn't have the money to go out there
You'd be
and
buying
to,
caps all the time.
Yeah,
You just go broke on caps.
sure. All of a sudden you become a youth person. You bet. Not wanting to talk about it at all.
Were there any firecrackers too with the caps, or
Well,
which type of caps were you talking about?
I was talking more about the type that you wear on your head,
Oh,
you know.
I see.
A cap that would cover the needful part of your body in case it was very sort of an American type of deal, you know.
Well, now you, I understand, are going to be making a movie.
Love, it's called Love in a Mist.
Love in a Mist.
Right. We've
When
often
will-
had, well, this isn't exactly like you say, it's love in a mist. Now, you can be in love in the rain, or you've heard dancing in the rain, or
Singing
in the rain,
Yeah.
things like this. This will be love in a mist, which is just sort of the ground roots level of type of a love, where you just go out to the person and hold his hand or her hand,
In the
depending
humidity.
upon which type of person you're with.
I suppose.
And
On
then,
wet grass. Or,
and then all of a sudden you realize that you have love, and then before you know it, it's starting to mist.
I see. And then you missed it. Or,
Right?
oh,
You could miss it, but really the kind of mist it would be with a very light rain.
Oh, that type of mist. You
Right.
didn't miss the missing.
No,
I
no.
see.
And then you'd be becoming, well, you never become lovelessly love-locked
I see. Wow.
with love in a mist, because you never have a chance to really having a loving cup type of loving kindness that would take over the lowlands of America when you're involved in this type of thing. It's more of a low-key love.
I see.
Right, but still a very Kris Kringle type of love.
Oh, and then well, who wrote the story?
Congo Rappert.
Oh, Congo Rapper. Now he's a quite
Oh yeah, he's written a lot of books.
Flame from.
hmm Yeah, he came from Kellan's, California.
Oh, not
Actually.
Kellen's, Michigan.
No,
I thought
this
it was
is in Kellan's, California. And insofar as I can remember, he also used to, well, indirectly belong to a hypocritical type of
One of these cults.
high analysis cult, right?
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the one who wrote the script for this Love is a Mist. Or
Right,
Love is a Mist.
Love in a Mist. He sort of headed this thing on,
Uh-huh.
and
And who's doing the shooting for you?
Fred Felton. Fred Felton, his name is. That's
Uh-huh.
right. Right. He's shooting it, and he's been a good neighbor.
I see. What type of gun is he using then for shooting the film?
I believe it's
Is he kind of more stacking up on a wood stock someplace? And
it's
yes.
something in that neck of the woods. Right.
I see.
So
And then he's shooting at the film.
very, very, very much so. Sort of a
Yeah.
flower age type of flowering experience. Right.
Well, this has all been a very rewarding time to have you back at station
Actually, it's
KGAR.
more
And
rewarding to me.
now, since we've gone public radio,
Right.
and we don't have to go after salespeople anymore or after people to pay the bill. Now the tax dollar covers it, and we can have you on, and everybody has to pay for you.
Right.
Now. So that's
Right.
we really feel that everybody has that right
Mm-hmm.
to.
Even the Cardinal has been helping out.
The Cardinal has.
Right.
I see.
He's been very, very broad-minded about this. As you know, I haven't gone to his church.
Oh, you haven't?
No, but
I see.
he feels that with the type of working that I do and the type of speaking that I do at the various institutions, that he has no other way to go, because he knows that I have been out there
with the best of them.
well, with an axle tree type of foundation.
Oh, yes.
You bet.
And I suppose if he doesn't sort of cut the mustard with you,
Mhm.
it's curtains.
As far as I'm concerned, it is.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you probably put it in the best words that I could ever think about as far as being adverse.
Okay. Now, final question, and you can just conclude on this note,
All
then, if
right.
you will, is when is your book coming out?
It should be out about the end of June.
I
This
see.
is if I'm able to work on it every evening from
Okay.
now on.
Okay.
Right. About the end of June, I'd say about the 23rd of June,
Which year would this be then?
1983.
I see. 1983. Okay.
1983.
It could be done.
Oh,
In
yeah.
June 83. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Well, that's really
It's
This would be sort of a reflection type of book then,
yes,
going sort of backwards.
right. It'll be sort of in a emulsion type of a book that will cause people to become educated and to know that there are double testing, the system is the way I look at it.
Yes.
And once they read this book, I think that they'll see things a lot more clearly than they have in the past, because it'll be done in everyday language, a
And-
common people type of language.
And our final thought would be then, where will you be tomorrow? Where will you be spending?
I'll be down at Evansville tomorrow.
I see.
Right.
Okay.
At
And
Evansville.
you'll be basically sleeping there or
I'm going
camping?
to rent a motel in Evansville, and then I hope to travel on towards Fergus Falls, and then later on to Rochester.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Well, we just want to thank you for being here.
Well, it's been a
We just
pleasure,
can't,
Lauren.
that's right. Can't thank you enough, but that you would take time out, being the busy man that you are, to come and sort of reconsecrate this station,
It's been an honor.
KGAR, as public radio, and you are a public-minded citizen and a spirited citizen, and we just thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lauren. It's been a pleasure, and may all of your days be spent in libation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we return you to our main studio from our basement address where we're recording this.